Let me be very clear from the beginning. This video is not here to motivate you. It's not here to hype you up. And it's definitely not here to sell you a dream. This video is here to tell you the truth. A truth most people never hear, because if they did, they would stop living the way they're living. Most people will never be wealthy, not because they're stupid, not because they're lazy, not because the system hates them, but because they are running an operating system that guarantees mediocrity. And unless that operating system changes, nothing else will. From a young age, we are instilled with one fundamental belief: work hard and everything will work out. This was largely true, but we no longer live in that world. Today, hard work is required everywhere. But wealth is scarce. Why? Because hard work is no longer scarce. You can find people working 12-hour days. Everywhere. Hard work hasn't disappeared. Leverage has. The modern economy doesn't reward hard work. It rewards ownership, expansion, and status. And if you don't understand this, you'll spend your whole life wondering why you feel tired, not free. Let's talk about time. Most people sell their time. Hour by hour, day by day, year by year. And the moment they stop selling it, the income stops. That is not income. That is dependency. Here's the harsh math. There are only 24 hours in a day. You can't negotiate that. You can't hustle past that. So, if your income depends on hours, your income is capped. That's why raises feel meaningless. That's why inflation hurts so badly. That's why people feel stuck even when they level up. They didn't escape the system. They just got a slightly better cage. Let's slow this down because this is where most people get confused. This equation explains why some people escape the system and most never do. Wealth equals skill, multiplied by leverage, compounded over time, minus lifestyle inflation. Notice something important. This is not addition. This is multiplication. If one part is missing, the whole equation collapses. Let's start with skill, not passion, not talent, not what you love doing, a skill that solves expensive problems. The market does not pay for effort. It pays for problem-solving at scale. That's why this salis, marketing, persuasion, building systems, managing attention. Why? Because these skills move money. Sales moves money from one place to another. Marketing creates demand. Persuasion changes decisions. Systems replace human effort. Attention is the currency of the internet. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If your skill cannot directly influence revenue, you will always depend on someone who has won. That's why skilled communicators rise faster than hard workers. And here's what most people miss. Skills stack. Once you build one valuable skill, learning the next one becomes easier. That's how momentum is created. The difference between rich and tired. Now, leverage. This is where wealth actually happens. Leverage means one unit of effort produces multiple outcomes. Without leverage, you are limited by your body. With leverage, your impact detaches from your time. The internet is leverage. Content is leverage. Software is leverage. Teams are leverage. Capital is leverage. Think about this. One video can reach 1 million people. One piece of code can work 24/7. One system can replace hundreds of hours of labor. That is leverage. Without it, no matter how skilled you are pushing a rock uphill forever. This is why so many intelligent, hardworking people stay broke. They have effort, they have discipline, but they have no leverage. Effort without leverage is exhaustion. Skill with leverage is freedom. Time, the force most people underestimate. Now, Chimi, well proudly, it doesn't announce itself. It doesn't go viral overnight. It builds while you're sleeping. Most people fail here because they expect fast rewards from systems that only work long-term. They quit the gym after 2 weeks. They quit content after 30 posts. They quit business after 1 bad month. But compounding doesn't care about motivation. It only responds to consistency. The wealthy don't win because they're smarter. They win because they stay in the game longer. Time favors those who don't panic. Lifestyle inflation, the silent killer. Now, the most dangerous part, lifestyle inflation. This is why high earners still feel broke. Every time your income increases, your expenses increase with it. New car, parent. More subscriptions. More rewards. But here's the rule most people violate. You should upgrade leverage before you upgrade lifestyle. When you reward yourself too early, you slow down compounding. You turn momentum into maintenance. This is why so many people make good money, but never build wealth. They didn't invest their income. They consumed it. And consumption never creates freedom. So let's be very clear. Skill gives you value. Leverage gives you scale. Time gives you compounding. Lifestyle inflation takes it all away if you're careless. This is not theory. This is how wealth has always been built, just with different tools. Most people lose not because they're incapable, but because they violate the equation. And once you see this equation clearly, you can never unsee why most people stay stuck. The psychology of poverty vs. wealth. This is where most people fail. Not in strategy. In psychology, poor thinking is reactive. Wealthy thinking is proactive. Poor thinking asks, how can I feel better right now? Wealthy thinking asks, what makes future me stronger? Poor thinking chases comfort. Wealthy thinking builds resilience. This is why discipline matters more than motivation. Motivation fades. Systems remain.